play a decent amount of. The big question here, as we start to move forward.
8x is like no,
10 seconds
you're also
remaining.
very impressive. Pure playtime, you gotta start thinking about some very long range spells or abilities to bring down, like the Phoenix where he catches someone, or maybe not the Phoenix, sorry, the Bat Rider when he catches someone, or the Phoenix when he eggs in. You want to try and stop him.
This last patch with Nyx plus Luna, where
both of their supports, we're gonna start seeing some of their cores come out. There is a chance we could see Medusa, but unfortunately,
because Medusa doesn't really care about the doom damage all that much, and Nyx Assassin, as you're saying, just totally precludes that. So nice pairing of picks. As we're gonna go for Lion. So now we have Chrono into check says that this is
course, with his spells. So it's not as bad as it used to be for the Nyx. As
If you get rage off early, Doom's not gonna last very long. Otherwise, Doom doesn't break until
the spike carapace.
talent.
Sir, you're gonna get destroyed basically in this bot lane unless something amazing happens.
Yeah, Wind Ranger in this game, kind of a but kind of this poor man's Weaver of, you know, you're not really slowed down by sticky napalm. You can get out of it, you can run away. Yeah, this patch not quite as much true maybe, but considered. Wits will break his smoke though, and still with Tundra on the high ground, they're gonna be fine. Sunstrike, it was on target, but not quite gonna land.
That is insane that he's like, I think he's over here, and he gets it right. Like, I know we all praise BZM Invoker, but to somehow guess the guy is there, they didn't have any vision or anything. There's no ward or anything. He's like, I assume he's in that area somehow, and throws a Sunstrike. Very well done there. Mid lane, Dark Mago is gonna have to do. You're kind of looking at him as the tip of the spear. Him and Schofield. Frank with the Doom kind of doesn't get involved too much because you have a very long Doom cooldown. Silencer is not a great hero for starting fights. Kind of good in counter initiation mostly.
The battle begins.
So it's really up to Schofield and Dark Mago to get them through the hump of the early game.
And I mean, they are. If you talk about a support duo, they are very good at doing that. One is a little bit of a stun already. Sure is going to be fine here, but anything you do, just poke him down early. Again, this is not supposed to be the greatest lane for this duo. I know you say they got high HP regen and they're relatively fast, but that's to not die. That's not to actually have a great lane, right? Doom just does. Oh.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? Like, this is what I love about those. We all have different opinions, kind of based a little bit on our experience, based on what we've seen in the past as well. Like, it could very much be that Doom gets completely crushed. Or he has a decent time and doesn't really prove anyone's right or wrong because it's very case by case basis anyway.
And it is also one of these things where Pure has to get to level 3 before that really starts to be fun. But for now, they are going to go fully Frank out. Yeah, this level 3 timing in this lane. 2 points Fury Spikes, 2 points Fire Spirits. Frank, for now, he's trying to get as much damage on Pure as possible. He's trying to make sure that by the time that eventually This level 3 timing happens to Tomo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's going to be in a good spot because again, that is not going to be fun at all.
And one way to deal with a lane that you think you're not going to do so well in is you just don't play the lane. You drag your creeps, they drag their creeps. Unfortunately, I think that playtime might be losing most of the creeps that are going in from that particular wave right now. It's 2 of them are followed already. Oh, there he is. Scofield's like, no, the XP, mine.
Look at that mana burn. It's so impactful. He's doing so much here, man. Like, you're not picking Nyx for the landing stage. You're not picking Nyx for his ability to harass this Ursa and Cosper. No. You're picking it for the mid game. You're picking it for its ability to mess with a Bat Rider, to mess with his Phoenix, to prevent some of those teamfight abilities coming in, to prevent just how powerful these picks can otherwise be. So in the meantime, you're like, you know what? We're fine. Doom's not having the worst lane, maybe not the best one, but he's going to be able to manufacture gold out of thin air. He's going to get some auras. It's fine.
Frank is actually going for level 2 Devour. We don't see this very often. We're often seeing a lot of like 0, 2, 1, 2 points of Scorched Earth, and he's going for that Tornado ability as well that slows and deals damage. I love this ability, but it doesn't tell you how much damage or slow it does. Whitemon.
Oh, that was out of the Icarus dive. Whitemon is just dead. Well done, Schofield. Perfectly timed on that one. And, you know, you talk about going for the hurricane here. This is, the tornado. Different meteorological phenomena. Yes. This is one of those things where a good Doom in a bad lane, they're just going to find the right creep, and all of a sudden the lane is not as bad as it otherwise might have been. Is waiting for the Lotus Shrine. Pure wants to go into this one, and yeah, Frank has to get out of here. The downside of skilling Devour level 2 is you do not have Scorched Earth, which means that you don't have this nice escape card that you might otherwise have.
To be fair, against Icarus Dive and Earth Shock, there's a lot of slows. So I don't know if Scorcher would have made too much of a difference. He's like, he sees the creep. He's like, I want to eat it. I think this Tornado, Cyclone, Hurricane is really good. That's what I want to work with. I like that each one of these is a different ability in Dota, by the way. Cyclone for Mules, and they have the Hurricane and the Tornado. So.
You know, Gabe's got his oceanography boat. Makes sense that he's into some meteorology too. As we take stock of the other lanes, Ember's having a pretty solid, not an impressively solid time, but Dark Margot in a decent spot as he continues to shove BZM under target. Not surprising. We talked about Schofield a little bit too far forward there.
Well, you don't expect the Sunstrike sometimes, but there's the Tornado. At least Frank is not suffering. He's actually doing better than 33, which is somewhat surprising because I thought bottom lane would go very well for Lion and Bat Rider up against a Silencer support. Like, you would think they'd be beasting right now.
Well,
bones every time.
Wind Ranger has a lot of damage, right? 75 damage, decent attack speed. Power Shot is a lot on top of that, and 33 is a 3 armor hero. Bat Rider is not like 800 HP, 3 armor. It's not all that tanky early on. So as he plays around the edge, as he gets close to these waves, which just continues to click him and continues to click him. And you're certainly also a hero that wants to spam spells, which Silencer, you go get a curse on.
Lovely location there by Ellen. They're going to go for more.
Absolutely. 2 heroes now that just make Whitemon miserable. Doesn't matter whether it's the last word, doesn't matter whether it's Carapace or anything else. A Phoenix is not getting out of these fights.
And Phoenix hates Silencer because when last word is on you, if you first dive, you cannot cancel it halfway through. You're always going to land exactly where you started. And in general, Icarus Dive very hard to use in this game against Nyx Assassin and the Silencer. One of the worst 2 combinations to play against. But very good to have an egg though. I don't know if really good against the egg, but very bad to die.
Dire structures are
you're good luck getting the egg off realistically. So, bottom side, they're going to fort the wave here. Whitemon shows up as well, trying to go take down this Wind Ranger, who should be dead. Right, the question now is whether they can make the trade happen. Schofield TP's in, but 33 looks like he's going to be just tanky enough. And we'll be able to go make that happen. Yeah.
He actually misses the power shot, but he knows he can't cancel it and turn around because he is under the napalm. So he's like, I know I'm not hitting him, but I guess I'm zoning him in this direction. What am I going to do, boys?
Die. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what you got to do. But now, oh no. Igor's dive, last word in, goes straight back through. And again, we talked about this. This is the problem. Ooh, look for Shackle on top of 33 into the stun as well. And 33 will fall once again. Not only, nice little bit of revenge there for Wits. He is able to go and get a couple kills and get involved. 5 stacks already. I know, Micho. This is rapidly turning into, if not a smart silencer, just he's in college now. He's like a sophomore. He's starting to go and get that advanced degree, and who knows?
He's like, Mom,
we
I
might
got
enter the
3
yeah.
A's. You know, please. Yeah, very good job.
Might enter the professoriate eventually. Dr. Silencer, at your service.
His dad will be like, when I was your level, I already had 7 installed. He like, thanks, Dad. It's going pretty damn well for a little bit more for playtime, but I did expect it to be a relatively even game. Not this way, though. I thought that Tundra would win bottom, playtime would win top, but it's kind of like Tundra is doing fairly well in both lanes, but Tundra is recovering. Sorry, playtime is doing well in both lanes, but Tundra is recovering from the jungle. Not so much, though, I'd say. He's still quite a bit behind.
Yeah, really across the board, right? Pure, yes. He's starting to pull ahead in CS a little bit. Again, you start to get multiple points and Fury Swipes, and Doom just can't really stand in the lane. You show up, you try to get as many creeps and you back up, but Doom had levels, which means he's quick in this level 6, looking for a smoke on the mid lane. They can get BZM here. This would be massive. And you do have that jump, you do have that dive from Darkling Go. Meanwhile, bottom side, Lion will go down. Look at this, BZM shows in the water. Frank moves forward. Are we gonna get that? Yeah, oh, no, not gonna get the Doom in time. And there's no, you gank the Invoker. You look for the Invoker ganks, but lose Schofield. And no one's carrying a dust.
Dire are scanning.
Firstly, this would have been one of the only few games where having the old Nyx assassin Nate would have been nice, right? Firstly, had to beat.
Oh yeah.
Would have been good if he did, but unfortunately not happening. I think this is gonna be a good Ari. There you go. Almisho, what's he got? 6 or 7 stacks now?
8. He got 8.
Holy shit.
Dire's
Yeah,
middle
PhD at
tower
this point.
is under attack.
At very least, the Masters, advanced degrees in making people miserable. Although, wait a minute here. If he's gonna go, right, you get a PhD, that means you're gonna go be a teacher. You're gonna be a professor. You're supposed to impart knowledge on other people. But Silencer, when he kills you, removes knowledge from you. He makes you dumber.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not quite sure how to square. Not quite sure how to square that one, Atama.
It's like, it's okay, guys. I'll give it to my friends. You know, he's giving it for himself. Maybe he'll share it later. And ever since I got Masters, my opinion of people who have Masters has dropped drastically. Can't do that. All right.
Looking at going on to 33 bottom side. Nice Shackle with a power shot. And this is a dead fire. Yep, dead fire bat. Once again. It is, again, unfortunate that Frank not able to make anything happen with his Doom just yet, but he is still 2-0-0, still 40 CS, and across the board, as you were saying, not a disastrous early game for Tundra, certainly, but working out pretty nicely for playtime thus far. Good deep vision on top of the triangle where they're trying to get some stacks set up. And oh, look at this position from Ari, though. In the Roche pit. They're just trying to set up for the rune. Not going to matter. Alicia gets the one bottom side. But Ari was set up if something happened.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's
attack.
thinking about going for a blink back. Unfortunately, he's not even finishing the tranquil. Blink straight away. Was it you who told me that the thing about tranquil boots, where sometimes you don't want it, you just take the boots and the wind lace because you don't lose movement?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Interesting opinion.
That was not me, but I'll take it as now they're looking for 33 as he farms the back camps, but just a little bit too deep. But certainly Schofield does have Vendetta ready to go. What's he gonna find here? Nothing much just yet. Again, they're thinking about these stacks, but not quite prepared to take them just yet. Although 33 will arrive. Schofield sitting here. Ooh, it's juicy. It's really juicy. There's a 2-man impale right there. Whitemon is just going to evaporate. The power of this Nyx, man. It is just They know it's not just, it is playtime Nyx. They are so good at unlocking this hero.
And 32 is going to get firstly the stack off and secondly to farm it, but that's just not happening. Losing quite a bit of.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Wait,
attack.
from a mile away he goes. I think he's farming that area. He's just forced to go back, losing a tier 1 bottom in the meantime. Playtime very much in control of the map. However, we're not
Dire's
seeing the net
structures
worth
are fortified.
gap increase. You know, it's only about 1,000, maybe close to 2,000, but that's about it.
Dire's bottom
It's
tower is under
enough,
attack.
right? It just for them to be comfortable, to be happy in this game. And I'm telling you, man, you say these downtown. Well, first of all, they did have vision on the high ground. As Whitemon does have to be careful. This time, though, finally BZM is going to show up with the meteor hammer and let's go field a little bit. Flies a little bit too close to the sun. But Wits is, if I had to talk about one player that I am the most excited about in this current season of Dota 2, it's got to be Wits. This guy comes in, or he was playing for Amaru for a while, but comes into Peru Rejects when they lose Parker, and he actually is. I don't know that he's necessarily better than Parker, but he is better for Peru Rejects than Parker is. He's active. He's got great mechanics, and he is just. I mean, you're going to see a lot more of this guy. He is incredibly good, even if this game under there is not really going to turn into too much here. But, well,
Good job, Beowulf.
what a curse, man.
You couldn't let him have 2 minutes. So he's like, I have a really good game against Thunder. No. Somehow the heavens just smite him right there. It's not the heavens, it's someone with a heavenly voice.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, sometimes you
attack.
curse him, but he's still top net worth. He's still having a pretty solid game. He's still sitting here 3-2-3. Unfortunate, of course, but he's gonna be fine. And now Invoker, he's gonna get found out. Finally, they do have the dusts ready to go, and with playtime or with Almisho here, just not really. I mean, he almost kills Schofield, but yeah, 4 heroes rotate over. Certainly, amp damage and Dark Mago. They're going to be able to go punish this BZM Invoker, which is important because BZM, you know, technically didn't have the best early start of his lane. Good enough, but now certainly with the Meteor Hammer done, he's starting to scale pretty well. Top 4, not all that far away, and we've all seen what this Invoker can do. But can he get the Phoenix? Yeah, apparently he's going to go pop the egg at the very least, and Fire Spirit's just cause enough damage, or cause enough slows that they're not going to be able to kill him. But now that egg used defensively, not something that Tundra's going to be able to play around.
Misha's got 11 stolen intelligence.
Dire's
Pretty
bottom
crazy.
tower is under attack.
You know, if this was old Silencer, he'd have like 22, but it's fine. You know, 11 is still incredible at this point of the game. Frank has gone for drums and phasers. I was wondering about this because when you play against Invoker, one thing that usually a team discusses is anyone going to make Boots of Banner? Because that ice wall is insanely difficult to cross. But playtime, you have actually decent heroes to play around it. Doom's relatively fast. You know, the Nyx Assassin's oh, here we go, Ursa.
Yep. Trying to see if he can get the rage off in time, but absolutely not. Amisho has the burst with Wits, and yeah, you talk about. I mean, it is such a good silencer game. They have some dive, not a ton.
Dire's middle
This
tower
global silence just causes. Really, all of silencer spells just cause so many issues. They're trying to go get Ari as well as Doom continues to run him down, and while Doom may not want to run into an Ursa, Ari is not really going to be that much of a problem with the amount of damage Doom does. Guys don't even look at the explosions. And now, Ursa's dead. Certainly, they would lose the line as well. And this should unlock the tier 1 safe lane as well.
Now, one problem that Playtime has had in the past, they're playing phenomenally, is when they take the tier 1s, they kind of take their foot off the gas more. I prefer it when they continue to be, you know, very aggressive, but instead we took all the tier 1s and they back off.
Dire's top tower is falling. Radiant's bottom tower is under
fast
attack.
as possible, as aggressive as possible, shut down the map. I'm hoping, they have been getting better throughout this season. I do hope they don't go down just because they got all
Radiant's
their
bottom tower
In
has
fact, they
been
got another
denied.
tier just now.
Yeah. And you talk about speed. I mean, I was going to point out how Wits has his Mjolnir at 316 minutes, which is a fantastic timing. But look at how absolutely fed Dark Mago is. I mean, Ember Spirits, we don't generally talk about them as being these crazy farmers as much, especially when they kind of go these vessel builds. Wits is right there. His Lion's going to go be obnoxious, but Just no damage to pump through this. So he's going to have Mage Slayer Vessel. Frank arrives mid lane as well. Now Kari's just dead. There is not a whole lot to do there. This is, I mean, this is a crazy amount of net worth for the Ember. Again, just the way modern Embers tend to get played. And it's a good Ember game, right? You dive on top of the line, you dive on the Invoker, you dive on top of this Phoenix, just force stuff out. It's such a good Mage Slayer game. The fact that Dark Mago is having this game is just great news for what Playtime wants to do.
Especially if you can get on top of BZM, right? Usually this hero's not going to build BKB. There's no real dispels that he's going to get for a while. And he will build a BKB later on. If you are able to just fist him, he's going to be like, all right, you know, my damage with mostly of the spells reduced by nearly half. Same thing with the last night.
Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. They go pop a global, but here gets the enrage off in time. So they're going to keep forcing Ursa back, certainly, but not going to be able to go get another kill. You have other abilities though, right? Enrage is on cooldown. Doom, Frank playing around that, and unfortunately did show his blink to no avail. But you do again have these multiple tools to keep Ursa back. And we're seeing what Pure is. I mean, if you look at where Pure is playing, this is not where you want your Ursa to be playing. Right back there under your tier 3s at 17 minutes in.
When you see this in the pub, you usually see the guy also queuing up like Hand of Midas. You know, 1, 5, and 0. Very annoyed with this team. I don't want to play anymore. I'm just going to farm here, and I'm going to Hand of Midas, and you guys deal with it. So, definitely not the best situation for Pure. 33 has the blink diagram. I mean, he's revealing it right now, so I'm not sure if he just got it or he had a while ago and used it. They were aware of not playing. There is some nice catch coming out from about a minute ago. So I feel like it should be revealed to the enemies just yet.
But with this smoke, again, this is trying to be their smoke reveal, and all they really have access to for the time being is El Micho. It's 45 seconds until global, so you're not going to have a really nice bailout if they do find someone else. But this smoke is just not going to where heroes are. They're going to the north side of the map, where, in fairness, Playtime have been playing a lot of, trying to go press this Ursa. But Frank is way deep back. He's just trying to get his BKB. You have everyone else back in the other jungle. This smoke, this attempted blink reveal is just not going to give them anything at all, Atomo.
It's an interesting moment for Tundra. You have 2 blinks. Ari also bought his, by the way. But you're up against a team that has silence, which is very awkward, right? Because your value of a blink is I can jump into someone fast and get out. The global silence, if timed well, stops it. I believe Pure also finished his bag.
Yes.
Now this is slightly less relevant for the Ursa, because overall you can overpower, then jump in. Even if you get silence, doesn't matter. You just keep hitting the person. There we go.
Oh, on top of him, but they don't have enough follow-up damage here. Ursa's not there, so it's just annoying. I don't know how much they're really gonna be. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to push this tower. Just back up, run away. But then, oh, such a good scouting, Nix. He's gonna go see that everyone, yes, running through the portal. Wit's gotta be careful here. Runs straight on forward and gets on top of the Phoenix global. They're gonna be able to take him down eventually. Yes, the damage from the Invoker is significant. And of course, Nix will have to go down to get the stun. Oh no. This was such a good scouting move from the Knicks, and Witch pulled the trigger, said we should go in. Maybe it's going to work out, though, because here comes the Ember. Doom on top of the Invoker. He will fall. Now the question is whether you can take 33 and Ari down as well. Not a lot of mana on Frank. Certainly not, but Ember... not gonna. I mean, 33 moves in. Nice slide of fist, and now the Ursa shows up. That's not really where you want to do, but the hook's up on top of 3. Frank doing everything he needs to, and now Ember Spirit unlocked. Pierce just gotta run. Well done. Didn't realize he had the War Stomp ready to go, but that just broke everything, Atomo.
That was insane. Frank with a brilliant jump. Well, he might have to lose his life though after that, but still.
I mean, Ember's still here. Here does not have enrage for 22. That is not something that he wants to be. Now, the A's going to buy some time, but they're still going to burn this Ursa down. And Dark Mago's okay. I mean, Whitemon wants to get this kill, but you have the Mage Slayer. It's just not going to work. Dark Mago dodges the Sunstrike as well. And all of a sudden, look at the net worth lead of Tomo. It's 9,000 at 20 minutes. They just... yeah, Witz died early in that fight, but they just blew this game wide open.
You know, all this stolen intelligence by El Micho ended up being a big difference. He's got like 90, and there's only 30 on Pure. And so when he activated that last one, he took tons of damage. What was it? Yeah, he took like 300 damage from the last sword before he died. Darkmoor just did 2. Right? Scorpion loses his life early. A bit of an interesting move here by Playtime going early. But it was looking a little bit like they were going to be punished here, but Playtime said, no, we're still going in. Beautiful jumping fire to Darkmoor.
Yeah, that was wild. I really didn't think it was a great decision from Wits. Again, he just kind of runs through into a bunch of them, but he trusts his team. And if they spend all the resources killing Wits, I mean, Dark Mago is just absolutely going to carry the fight. And that hoof stomp, oh my. I'm like, oh no, they've turned it around. Ursus finally arrived. And then Frank stuns 3 and just breaks the fight wide open.
Yeah, the last one damage on here just after he jumps. And Darko gets the final touch and he jumps. Dies. 300 damage. And that's like after this.
Now, while we were looking at, this happened while we were looking at that replay. Roche taken onto the Zember Spear, which again, I'm very happy to have that one. But they do get the shard on top of Whitemon, which is maybe the best support shard in this game. I mean, it is so good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Is it really better that Silencer's glaives bouncing? The answer is yes. Much better. Much better. Do not buy that shard.
Look at this though. Smoke move in from the portal as well. Frank's just gonna go find this. The heals is nice. It's not gonna be enough to get him on out of here. As Frank, we talked about how the lane, maybe not the best into this Ursa, and we saw that in the net worth. Ursa's certainly coming out of the lanes a little bit richer, even with the kills Frank got. But Frank's 5-0 and 5. He's 140 CS. He's got Blink BKB done, drums as well. He is just having an incredible game here, and it's not like he falls off. Doom, the game goes later. You get Ags if you want to. You can go get Shivas. Yeah, I mean, Shivas is so good. Maybe not on Modern Doom as much because you don't have quite as much AoE, but just the armor, right? You can go into carry style Doom if that's what you want to go out of this one. It just, the oyster is wide open.
I mean, we're just saying the Shivas with the Ags because you self-doom and your stream is like whole screen, basically. Because of the extra, the Chasm Stone being added, the extra AoE. These big dooms are very disruptive to play against. And generally, there's multiple people you want to do in this game. The Phoenix, the Invoker, the Ursa. So, like, why should I do one when I can do all of them?
Oh, move from this Invoker. 3 heroes bottom side. And that's a really nice game. Invoker's gonna move in anyways. Looks for the Doom and the Global. They are really committing to take down this BZM Invoker, but can they find more? Emmer on the bottom side. Whitemon tries to TP on out of here, but no, he's gonna get bolused up, taken down. They knew that was coming. They got a great scan on the portal, but it was just a little bit too little, too late. Ari, if they can go trade for this Wind Ranger, that seems really nice. They will be able to do so, but can you get out of here? That is the big question. BKB, TP on out of here. That does have to be the answer. And now Pure, where are you going, buddy?
Middle tower
I'm not sure you want to be here. Yes, he does have a shield rune, so he's tanky enough. But man, imagine if they had to spend both Doom and Global to kill this Invoker.
It was worth it though. You don't know if you're gonna find more opportunities in the future. So I applaud the Playtime for finding a kill and bringing him down. But yes, that would have been Pure really feeling bad about that if he got released. So earlier, Tundra was working on getting multiple blinks. That's happened. Now they want to get the BKB on all of their cores. Pure about to get his. 33 has his, and I think BZM only a recipe away. And that's going to go a long way towards nullifying what Playtime can do. Because a lot of these fights like, we don't want to fight, there's Global, we don't want to blink it, there's Global. Suddenly you blink it, Global comes out, it doesn't matter. However, Unleash is smart. He has increased no intelligence. He's going for a refresher. This one. What about second breakfast? I mean, second.
I'd take a first breakfast. I haven't had one yet, but if you take a look at what Whisk is doing, or Wits is doing, we talk about the refresher on the silencer. Great item. But I kind of expected to see a Lincoln's. I think on Wits, it's good for universal heroes. Great save into whenever the line shows up, whenever the Battle Rider shows up. But he just has Hydra's Breath queued up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
like respect on us. Like, Hydra's Breath is seen as a kind of weird item in terms of damage-wise. It's not super great. I almost like more on something like Emperor Spirit, where the Miasma was actually more useful. But we'll see what
Radiant's top tower is falling.
with us as fools.
Dire are scanning.
Well, I'm building one.
Yeah. Gonna be interesting, right? Because it's a static proc of 2.5% for 5 seconds. It's not a every attack, right? Where it would be really good on focus fire if that was the case. So
It is a bit of an unusual item. I think that it's a little underexplored, so Wit's picking up for us gives us some good info. Like, oh, okay, see, maybe it works with focus fire. Things like that. We go, that's useful. Store.
yeah, just oh wait, actually. One way it is potentially just in this team fight just to have up. It might actually be like the old Wind Ranger facet. Is now they're just gonna try to see if they can get White Mon. And he's gonna get slowed down. Crippling crossbow, but into the portal and out of there. If you think about it, right, you have this proc on your specialist array. A 30% chance to fire a couple additional projectiles every time you make an attack. Focus fire attacks really fast, and obviously, you know, you're going for the slot consolidation. The extra 2.5% damage per second is solid, but I mean, there's a world where this functionally kind of turns you into that AOE focus fire that we I don't remember what the facet was called, but that you used to see out of these carry invokers. Yeah,
I remember you used to target like an AOE and everyone inside it gets hit by the focus fire. I remember that one as well. But okay, here's my other problem with the Hydra's Breath is that when you take it, you're not taking Hurricane because you know Dragonlance can build on 2 items. It's either Hydra's Breath or Hurricane. The Hyde is a very, very good. It's a very good item.
Especially into this Ursa, right? You want to be able to kite as much as possible. Keep yours off, and to that level, I'm actually really surprised that we're not. I mean, it is a great Yules game. You can Yules up the Icarus Dive, certainly, but you can just anytime there's Ursa in the game, just being able to go Yules up the Ursa. Status resist doesn't do anything to that. Perch off the overpower stacks. I mean, it just probably one of the better counter items, and yeah, you could definitely see like a Nick spying at something like that. Is they're gonna go find Pierce Schofield, miss all of his spells. That's not great. But now Ursa does have to pop BKB, TP, and Rage and get on out of there. Don't know if they kill him if Schofield hits his spells, but it is a little bit closer.
But you know, because he didn't land any of his spells, Ursa was able to use his spells. Remember, there's mana burn, so if he had landed a few of them, they might have not been able to Rage BKB off. He was like on maybe 100 mon after using his.
Yeah, fair.
La mana burn. I told you from the lane phase, 6 mana burns per hit.
Well, a little bit more now.
Actually, no, because he took greedy, so he's doing actually only 40 damage per attack, like 12%. So it's back to 6.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, you know. Good look, good game. They can take us away. Is that they're going to go find the Doom on this Invoker, but get on top of him. BKB lasting quite a while, so they can't lock him down just yet. But here comes the blink on Schofield, and great stun on Abatu. White Mon not going to have the time to pop the egg. They're going to blow him up as well. And now Ari running deep under tower. They can say BZM or 33. Absolutely much better target. Let's kill it. Let's kill him as well. Oh yeah. And there's a tier 2. Now, unfortunately, Roche not up for 120 seconds, or for a minute 20. But now they're just looking at the tier 3, and with 3 dead, your team fight gone. Really nothing to stop this high ground push.
It's very juicy for them to just go for. They actually glyph as well. All right, we do not want to wait. If you look at the creeps, they're just past the river. It's going to take a while for them to move. And the glyph keeps alive just for this longer until the creeps should be reaching. So, Rax coming out here for playtime. Schofield, I think he's hunting for Pure. He's in
He wants to
Radiant's bottom tower is
He wants to stop the back as everyone respawns. He wants to see if he can go and make sure that Pure doesn't get back, and maybe they get something else. Schofield now. Pure blinks away, but Ari, oh, he's free. Ari is so free as Dark Mago. I mean, he's not an RCY tier just yet. That game that RCY played yesterday, where I think he ended the game, what was it, 21-0 and 18?
That was very good.
He's not quite there, but he is having a monster Ember performance.
And a Doom. I mean, I know Doom is on his team, but that is, in terms of farming mechanism, doesn't matter. He's still having a fantastic performance in Dark Mongo. But he's not as gung-ho as RCY. RCY kind of dives in a little bit more. For Dark Mongo, he's waiting for Skillful to find someone. He knows he has El Micho to bail him out nicely. And I believe he changed his mind on Wits, saying, I don't want the Hydra's Breath, I want the Hurricane Pike, which has been the biggest problem for Hydra's Breath. It competes against Hurricane Pike, which is just the S tier of range items.
Oh, gotta be careful. That's a great lasso on top of Dark Mongo. They just don't have the damage. There's the War Stomp as well. Pure Doomed Up will fall. They thought they couldn't even get through the Flame Guard. And now it's just get out of dodge. Run away. 33, not going to be able to TP back home. They lose 3. Now Roshan right there, right for the tanking, and with an 18,000 net worth lead. Playtime just running right away with this game, Atoma.
It doesn't feel like there's really much they can do here. They get a decent jump. At least they get the lasso off, right? But they go against Dark Mongo, who he's got 3,000 gold. Sorry, 3,000 health, my bad. Global Science comes out. Spells aren't able to be used, and his backup is right there. Tundra Esport thoroughly routed by playtime speed in this one. Oh.
Yeah.